Hey comic book fans, my nerdy friends, and my geeky padres, what's going on? Welcome to this week's lightning round reviews. We got a lot to go through this week, so let's just get started. Okay, first thing, I want to thank everybody in the YouTube comic book community, and specifically the ones who are on Twitter as well, for all the support that you've given me this week. It's been a really, really rough week for me. Hopefully it's going to get better soon, but as of right now, it's just, life's kind of shitty, so kind of rolling with the punches right now. But thank you very much for all the support and kind words and everything. It's meant a lot to me. So yeah, there's that. Let's jump into the books, huh? Okay. First we have Phantom Stranger, issue 17. If I wasn't so far into Blight, I would just be dropping all of this, but I feel like I need to finish it up at least. The Justice League Dark version 2 is split up now even more, and more recruits are joining, and it's just become this free-for-all of crazy whatever. I don't know. Once Blight's done, I'm dropping all those books. I'm really just kind of done with the direction and way everything's going with those books. Next we have Swamp Thing issue 29. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really interesting. We see this group, the Serene. We get kind of a little bit of background on them. They have this special thing that they're doing, or that they've done for avatars in the past, and they're helping out Swamp Thing, and it's pretty crazy. The last page just kind of gave you that what's going on type feeling, and like, I need issue 30 right now. So I really enjoyed it. I still like how we have the past avatars of the Green in New Orleans, and really funny stuff going on with the Wolf and Madam Weeds, I think her name is. Maybe it's not Madam. Oh, Lady Weeds. Sorry. My cat's got his head through the blinds back there. There must be something outside that's interesting. Anyway, really good issue. Charles Soule is just awesome. Yeah, really good. Next, quite possibly my book of the week, ScoobyDoo Team Up issue number 3, featuring Batmite. Read this to Lucas at bedtime the other night, on a night that I really needed a pick-me-up, and this just had so much humor, and it was so fun and funny to read, and I absolutely loved it. He loved it too. He was laughing throughout the whole thing, and it's just, it was cool. And Batmite being in it, you know, like, craziness is gonna ensue, so it was fun, and like I said, I really needed it the night that we read it, so really good book. Then we have Trillium issue 7. A lot less book flipping this time, which was nice. The story progressed really, really quickly. There wasn't a whole lot of dialogue. And the next issue is the last one. Really curious to see what's going to end up happening at the end of this. yeah, there's just a lot that I think there's a lot that needs to be wrapped up in the last issue. So we'll see how that ends up working out. But so far, I've really liked this miniseries. I thought it was really, really good. And then we have the first #1 of this week that I picked up. Well, it's not the first one I picked up. It's the first one I read. But the last one I picked up, I went back yesterday to my shop after work and picked up Magneto #1. A lot of people were giving this cover crap. I actually kind of like it. I don't know. I kind of like it. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this huge #1 that happens in all the new #1s, but I kind of like it. Anyway, the story itself is really pretty crazy. I liked the story a lot, and I think moving on, it's gonna get even more intense. I don't know how you can get more intense than that first panel on the second page, but I think it will. And the only complaint I had about it was, I guess, when you think of Magneto, you don't think of him as just this guy dressed all in black, looking like any normal guy. But I mean, that was kind of the point of what was happening there. It even says in the book someplace that without the helmet and the cape, everything, I look like just everybody else, and he does. He just looks like this big dude with bald head. And in one panel, I remember his eyebrows being really prominent, and it was crazy. I had to go back to the last page to see if he had eyebrows in the previous panels because I didn't remember them being there. But overall, I liked it. Definitely going to pick up the next couple issues and see how it goes. The last the last little action sequence that happens in the book, really, really cool. Yeah, really like this. Next, another new #1 that I picked up. I'm really excited about. Everybody knows that I was really excited for it. Moon Knight #1. Like Monday, Tuesday, I was getting really worried that I built it up way too much in my head. But it ended up being very pleasantly surprised with how this book turned out. I heard from CJ. He picked it up too, and he wasn't really impressed with this. I really, really enjoyed it. There were some other people that picked it up, some new readers to Moon Knight, and some old veterans that picked it up and said that they enjoyed it, and you can include me in those ranks because this issue was really fantastic. I know previously I said I was worried about him being dressed up in a suit and the mask. I actually thought it ended up working out pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see him bring the cape back and all that, but the way this was pretty sweet. I like how they went back and wrapped up some of the stuff in the past and kind of gave new readers a feel for what happened with this character in series past, and I thought they did that really well. Meanwhile, adding something for us new, not new, for us readers who have read Moon Knight before, giving us an explanation as to why he was the way he was previously, and then keeping kind of a self-contained story in this one issue. I think the way it was done was brilliant. There's a lot of content in this book, and I just thought it was really well done. I liked the art. I loved the story. just really fantastic. It's no secret that I'm going to be keeping up with this book until it's done. But I'm glad I don't have to, like, do it with a heavy heart. I'm glad I can be excited for the next issue to come out when it comes out. And, yeah, really, really good stuff. Next, I picked up Charles Soule's She-Hulk, issue number 1 and issue 2 from this week. First, we'll start with issue 1. I like the story. I think She-Hulk is drawn poorly. And if I remember correctly, I think a lot of people had complaints about the art in this book. It doesn't take away from the story, but it just... Every time I see her face, it just makes me feel weird. Like, her eyes are too big for her head, and they're kind of spaced strangely, and her mouth is too small, and she has a really round face, and I don't know, there was something about her facial structure it just didn't work for me. But the story is pretty cool. Like a lot of people have said, this is Charles Soule bringing out his lawyer into a book, and it is. I mean, that's exactly what it is, and it's actually pretty neat and really fun way of doing it. I didn't realize it until I was reading, or until I picked up the second issue. But this is a $2.99 book, and I have a feeling it's just going to be one of those books that just keeps getting better, I think. And I would like to see it drawn a little differently. That's me. We've talked about it before. Marvel has this kind of style that they're doing of art now, and this does not follow that style, but it also doesn't really work for this character, I don't think. I don't know. Kind of had a problem with the way everybody was drawn. So, I don't know. I'll stick with it for a little while. I enjoyed it. And then issue 2, same thing. Really liked the story. I really like what... I'm trying to remember the end. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember now. I remember there was something that was important at the end, and I really am looking forward to that. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but it's going to be very interesting. But again, I don't like the way she's drawn all that much. It's not taking away from the story for me right now, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay on for it for a really long time if she's going to keep being drawn like this. It's just not pleasing, I guess. But the story is really great, and I love Charles Soule. He's a fantastic writer. Okay, next we have Afterlife with Archie issue 4. This one hit hard. There's a lot of emotional things that happen in this book, in this issue, and I'm not gonna lie, I started getting a tear in my eye. A fantastic book, though. I mean, if you're not picking this up, you really should be. Don't get me wrong, it'd be insanely difficult to find the first couple issues, but if you can find them, pick them up. Alright, next we have Damon, issue number 3. I really wish this book would come out more consistently, because I feel like I'm a little bit lost on it. It is great. I love the story. I love the subject. I think it's really, really good. It's just every time I pick it up, I feel like I have to go back and reread the issues before. and not just one issue before. I got to go back and reread the first issue, the second issue, and then this one. It kind of sucks. But it was pretty good. There was action and intrigue and all that. Is just, god damn. I just wish it would come out more consistently. Still really like the concept. Curious to see what's going to happen next. But like I said, the time the next issue comes out, I'm going to have to go back and reread this. And then be confused about it all over again. So it's working its way to being dropped for me, just based on its release schedule. Next, Evil Empire #1. This is written by Max Bemis, who did the miniseries Polarity that I absolutely loved. Also the singer-songwriter for the band Say Anything. This book, just craziness. It's pretty much just, it's kind of it's just a political book, about, it's hard to say who it's about right now. There's definitely a few main characters in it. One being this punk rock singer chick who is speaking out against how the government's run, and kind of in that whole anti-establishment vein, who has drawn the attention of a political presidential candidate, and the person he's running against, I'm not 100% sure if it's the president that he's running against. I think it is. I think it is. Something happens really crazy with his family, and then at the end you're just blown away. And yeah, this is a whole load of crazy in this book. It was great. I really, really enjoyed it. I'll be picking this up for sure. I'm not sure if it's a miniseries or not. I can only assume that it is, because the writer Max Bemis has his whole band going on. So, I'm not sure. The art in it was fantastic as well. I really enjoyed it. There's nothing that I disliked about this book. Actually, I got kind of confused as far as the time, as far as like the year that it's happening, because it's all based off of. At one point it said 25 years from exactly right now, and then another one said 3 days from exactly today, or something like that. And so I was a little confused. The first couple pages of the book didn't really seem to matter all that much to the story. Maybe it does later on down the line, but to this issue itself, it didn't seem to mean much. But really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to the next issue and seeing what happens with these characters. Really, really great. He's great at writing dialogue for just like regular type people, and I really enjoy that about his writing. So if you didn't pick it up, give it a shot. Then we have Jupiter's Legacy issue #4, coming off the heels of issue 3, where the son figure, I believe at the end of 3, killed his parents, causing his sister to run off in hiding, because she doesn't want to be involved in his agenda. So he's running America now, and nothing's gotten better. And she's trying to hide out from him, along with her I don't know if they're married. I just assume, and their child, her husband being the son of her father's friend or enemy. I think friend who turned enemy. I'm trying to remember past issues, but yeah, it was really good. Not a lot happened, but that's okay. I'm cool with some down issues every now and then, and this was done the right way as far as a down issue. It progressed the story quite a bit, and really enjoyed it. And then we have Revival issue 18, a brilliant book every time it comes out. Just answers one question, then leaves you with three others. Craziness, just pure craziness. I feel sorry for most of the characters in this book. I would like to see some more of the glowing man. He was brought up in here. I'd like to learn more about that. Because that, I mean, aside from dead people coming back to life, that guy is like the most supernatural thing that happens in this book, and I'd really like to be able to delve into that a little bit more. But this book and its mesh of detective work and supernatural stuff is so good, and I've said it before, I'm definitely going to be keeping this on the pull as opposed to Coffin Hill, which kind of does the same thing, but just kind of on a lesser level. I enjoy Revival more than Coffin Hill, so this will stay on. Really enjoy it, and I love how like nobody ever knows what's actually going on, and I kind of like that. So yeah, Revival really good. And that's my reviews for the week. Quite a few this week. Next week probably won't be anything like that. Everything's going to be kind of strange now. I got put on overnights now. So I work until 7 in the morning, go home and sleep. I'm not sure when I'll be getting my books, but still Wednesday, but just not sure what time, probably afternoon. And then with that schedule change, I kind of have a question for everybody. I was doing Sunday brunch for quite a while, had to take a break because craziness, and then did it the last couple weeks. I won't be able to do it tomorrow because my wife changed her schedule around, and she's going to start having Sundays off, which is great because now we finally get a family day together. But in addition to that, I have Friday nights and Saturday nights off, which leaves me with Saturday days. I'm trying to work out this schedule in my head because I don't want to be up every night and then sleep during the day while my wife and son are here. So I'm going to try to mess with my sleep schedule quite a bit. Anyway, I'm rambling. Just a question to everybody out there. How would you feel about, instead of Sunday brunch, doing Saturday brunches? If everybody's still kind of down for that, just a day earlier, I might try to pull that off. We'll see how it works. Obviously, not today or this week, but possibly next week. We'll see how everything works out during the week, and I'll decide then. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Sorry for not getting back on the comments on my last couple of videos. Like I said, it's been a really rough week, and I've been trying to deal with some stuff, but it's just been crazy. Again, thank you everybody who's been so supportive. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, that's it, I guess. So until next time, I'll have a review of Superman for All Seasons up on Monday. You can check that out. And then, like I said, probably Wednesday afternoon I'll have new comic book haul video up. So, yeah, that's that. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hi guys, this is your Hi comic book fans. This is your comic book fan Scott. Yeah, and my son, that's me. I'm Lucas, and my daddy's there.